Hello everyone and welcome back to the cinema. Today we're back with The Flash episode 19. We are getting close to the end, guys. I hope you've been enjoying these. Full spoilers of course, and a particle accelerator explosion to just sprinkle on top of that. Look at that magic. Thankfully, unlike the last episode, this episode has much more going on. Let's get into it. We start with Barry bringing the gang pizza because they're cracking down on Wells and they gotta have thinking food, but Caitlin's not really there for it. She's not really buying into this being a reality just yet, but you wait. Tensions between Iris and Eddie are also quite thick in this episode, and those tensions were also prevalent in the last episodes, that they're having problems and they might break up if Eddie does not talk about what's going on, and what's going on as well. He knows the identity of the Flash. But before any of that can get solved and happens, I'm gonna go through it chronologically, of course. Eddie catches on to the metahuman for this episode, who was a shapeshifter, and bests Eddie in hand-to-hand combat. And look, everyone has their off days, okay? Discussed at the start of the episode, the gang's splitting up. Detective Joe and Cisco are on the case again. They are going to Star City. They're going to where the Arrow is to find out about this car crash and what exactly happened between Thorne and Wells and what's really going on. Obviously at this point they don't know it's Thorne, but something has happened where he was a completely different person as soon as the car crash happened. Yes, grief affects people, but whole different person. While they're over there, we also get the reveal of Black Canary being trying to remember her name, Arrow's main love interest. She's there and then she dies, but then she comes back, and spoilers for like 5 seasons of Arrow, which is cool if you're following the other shows, but I'm looking at this show as one whole piece, its own chapter. How does it stand on its own without all the referential stuff or development that helps other shows and not this show itself? We get to see Wells go back to his house, which is where I realized, okay, we're not just doing here's another random villain, the shapeshifter. We are finding out what the hell is going on. And Caitlin, because she's still not as suspicious as everyone else, wants to talk to him to get answers for herself. She knocks on his door or rings the doorbell, but Flash goes in and grabs her and he's like, hey, you can't do this shit if it's legit, and he's the reverse Flash. We are all frickety dead. We're dead. We're dead. Later on, Eddie and Barry hunt down this shapeshifted metahuman, and the metahuman takes the appearance of Eddie and shoots cops and shoots a camera, and it was like, damn. Eddie was on one of his off days. Cecile shows up. This is the first episode I think she's in, and she becomes much more prevalent in later seasons, really randomly, but she's here, and I don't think it was ever the intention to have her there as a main character later on, or to have powers herself. It gets out of control. But she's here and she's not the same character, she's much more serious. So Barry's determined to get Eddie out of this situation where he's being framed, and right after he talks with him at the police station, he goes home, and then Eddie comes through the door like, hey, I got out, I got let off on a favor. Man, Barry, it's the shapeshifter. Alright, it's the shapeshifter. And now the shapeshifter is here at your door when you know full well that Eddie is locked up. Barry gets tricked, knocked out, and then it impersonates Barry. We have a fake Barry on the case. Before fake Barry can do anything, Caitlin shows back up and takes him back to Star Labs, and he gets some action. He starts kissing Caitlin, and it's out there and different, and Caitlin's all weird about it. It's not the action I wanted to see, but no, I don't really want to take it, it's weird. But before fake Barry can do anything, Wells comes in his special chair and shoots him with a taser. Not a lie, it's something I saw. Because they find out this is the fake Barry, Caitlin heads back over, finds the real Barry, and slaps him in the face to wake him up, and he's like, you for real? The shapeshifter gets away, but not before Barry stops the shapeshifter again. It's the back and forth you're used to in these episodes, but ultimately, yes, Barry will stop the villain. But the cool parts in these episodes are always what follow. What we see this time is what the shapeshifter's original shapeshifting form is. And it's this weird, grotesque design that has no eyes, or not really a nose, just a mouth, and his face looks kind of wet. It's pretty cool. And the guy seemingly cannot remember who he is. We don't get the CW spelling it out to us what happened to him, where he came from, and I really like it. It's got a bit of a horror vibe to it. We get to the end of the episode and Iris told me the truth, and Thorne's like, you know what, Eddie, Chad, it's a bit hard having 2 Thorns, but Eddie is like, I've been working with the Flash, and that's why things have been the way they have been. Instead of just outright saying the secret, you know. After that, we get Joe talking to Wells inside the police station. Wells came to visit, and they are busting each other's balls hard, man, and I'm all for it. It's happening again. First the cafe, now we're here in the police station. I love it. But then we get our post-credit scene. That's how it feels. It feels like we got 3 teasers this time, and it was an episode that had all sorts of bits all over the place alluring to what's happened. Also, Cisco and Detective Joe on the case. When they go there to Star City, they find Harrison's body, the actual Harrison Wells, in the ground, bring him back and like, hey, this is the real Harrison Wells. Who we're dealing with is someone else entirely. They go back to Star Labs. They're going through all the building schematics and scanning through shit, I don't know, some sciencey mumbo jumbo that Cisco's doing. And they find a secret room hidden within the facility, and it kind of feels all out of place that this happens right now, but it's just for the plot's sake. They find Wells' secret room, or Thorne's secret room. They see the yellow suit. Caitlin's 100% convinced. Cisco knows it, but that's not the best part. They find the newspaper that the Flash vanishes in a crisis in the year 2024, which left a lot to be like, what the hell is gonna happen now? How many seasons of this show are we getting? Where is that all heading? Well, unfortunately, the CW kind of became a mess and fell apart before we got to something really cool, but that's for another day. As for this episode, was a banger. I really enjoyed this one. Not the best, but a really, really good one. It could have very easily fallen into another pitfall of, oh, he's a villain, he's this, and now they're gonna get stopped and nothing else is really happening. But the show is ramping up towards its finale, and I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing, so you know, you can enjoy the finale with me, relive the past with me, where it was safer and COVID wasn't a thing. And consider dropping a like if you like this video. Helps the algorithm out, helps me find more people like you. If you've made it all the way through to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.